Hi Cancer, this is your reading for the month of July 2023. I was reminded by a Cancerian friend today that Cancer should come earlier because we are in Cancer season. So here we go. I've drawn some cards on the side and I'll just share them quickly. Firstly, you got your own card, the Chariot. And it says, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. That's so beautiful. I'll try and tie these in with the rest of your reading. You've got Coyote Spirit, and it says, trust in divine detours. That feels like the Tower, only because it's a number 16, which is the card of the Tower. So something coming down so that something else can be built. Anay Nin, I don't know how to pronounce her name. And it says the subconscious, which is where you are comfortable, Cancer. Cannabis, detachment. And bronzite. Well, you can read up about it, but it's all, for me, it's like, when I look at this, it's about stability, joy maybe. You look at the star there, wish fulfillment. There's something very concrete about bronzite. But let's see how it ties into your reading. So at the center you have the Queen of Coins. You might be dealing with an earth sign. Or what is important to you right now in the month ahead is your finances and your sense of stability. You know what I feel now when I look at here, because this is in the position of what you need to think about or be aware of, like the caution, is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is about stability and structure. And if you are true to your supposed nature, Cancer, that structure is very important to you. So perhaps that's why you get this on the Chariot, trusting in divine detours, detaching from the outcome, and allowing a path to be shown to you that might not be comfortable, that might not be familiar, because I think that your nature would be to want the familiar, you know? So you are being guided to trust that. Here in your what's working for you, you get the Ten of Wands. This is a very beautiful Ten of Wands. So the caution with this one, even though this is not in your caution, is to not be burdened by the pretty things, the things that look like they might be good for you. But it is in your position of what is working for you. And I think this Ten of Wands is, wow, your ability to carry a lot. I think they, you know, Capricorn, Cancer, and I'm seeing this now here. Within each, there is the other, because we are opposite star signs. And one of the things that is attributed to Capricorn is this ability to carry a big load. But I know Cancers who do that as well. So I would just say, don't let it be your burden. Let it be your strength, value yourself. Maybe you need to be valuing yourself more, seeing what you've achieved and not letting other people put you down for what they perceive as success. That's what I'm getting here. You have the Page of Wands in reverse, and look at it. It's you being maybe too critical. In the reverse, I'm thinking maybe you are being too critical of yourself. And maybe your guidance is about walking away from that, is finding a new way of perceiving yourself and your successes. Maybe that's what your trailblazing is about there might be expectations of you to chart a certain course. And I think this has come up for Cancer before. And maybe you are needing to ask yourself, what is the course that suits you? and walking away from limiting expectations. And there you show up here as well as the King of Cups. Oh, I didn't even think about the Emperor. This is the feminine version of the Emperor in this deck. And Capricorn got it as well. Got it here and here, the masculine version. So there is something about you. See, this is your month. This is your season right now, Cancer. Take advantage of it. We've just come out of a full moon. We still have the energies of the full moon in Capricorn. What is it you need to let go of? That might be, you know, when I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking about Gulliver, but I think about here Gulliver is controlling the minions, the small people, but in the story of Gulliver's travels, they are also pinning him down because they're afraid of him, of his power. Wow, that's very powerful. Maybe you are needing to come to terms with your own power, Cancer. And I just have to say this, your power is not in the overt, but it's still power. In fact, it might even be more powerful than the overt kind of power. So value that, Cancer. Something very powerful going on right now within you. You get the Hanged Man, which is fellow water sign, Pisces, and the King of Cups. This is in your advice. Really, your message is about looking at yourself from a different perspective. Maybe you are needing to do some, look at this. Sorry, I keep jumping around. But even in this card, the feminine shows up. There's, if I think about Cancer, I would think feminine energy, because, yeah, there's something very powerful about the feminine energy, even in masculine people who identify more with the masculine. But this feminine is looking, introspecting, looking within, you know. I don't know what I feel about this whole ship story, but these cards are very beautiful. They speak to me somehow. Sorry, it's not, it isn't just about there's something about them right now that is speaking to me. But you are needing to look at something from a different perspective, and I think it's you. You're looking at yourself from a different perspective. Gosh, so interesting. I did a reading for my Cancerian friend, and perhaps she's watching this, and this card came up, this needing to look at something from allow yourself to be still and maybe do some soul searching. Maybe you are needing to look at your accomplishments and what you have achieved, and maybe you have tended to put them down, Cancer. And maybe you're needing to re-own them, and they don't have to be the overt things. There are other things that really matter, like your goodness, your being there for family, the sweetness. I think this is what's coming to me, you know. So here's the Empress showing up again. Here's Judgment. Look at this, looking like the Hanged Man. Cancer, maybe you're needing to take a break on judging yourself, is what I feel, but maybe even others. So maybe try to be aware of where you judge. With the Queen of Coins, your main theme for the month is maybe betrayals or worries around abundance and finances. But there's also, I'm just reminded of this trusting. Maybe you've had an unexpected costs or something, and yet maybe they are leading you to discover something about yourself. But they see, you know, if I look at the Ten of Knives, the Ten of Swords, it's about betrayal. Maybe you feel betrayed around money. That's the impression I'm getting. But you can focus on the betrayal, or you can focus on what you have built. Cancer. With the Four of Wands, you get the Two of Knives. I think maybe you feel there's something about a knife edge. There's something about feeling like you've had to constantly balance the books. Maybe you are needing to look at stability in a different way, and yourself in a different way. A Cancer, a Cappy got the Emperor showing up. You have the feminine energy showing up. Cappies are, well, from my perspective, needing to harness the masculine energy. Even though if I look at Cappy and Cancer, I would see Cappy as the more masculine, maybe that's outwardly, and Cancer as the more feminine, also maybe outwardly. And but you are being asked to look at the essence of that in the month ahead, the feminine nature within you. What does that mean for you? And how has the feminine shown up for you? And what are the lessons from the feminine energy, the Empress, within you, and maybe even outside of you? What have been those lessons? Even as you stand in your power, own your power, you know. Let's see. And then with the Page of Wands, you get the, oh, isn't this interesting? I didn't think about this Judgment. Looking at yourself right next to the Page of Wands, and I'd seen it as you being too self-critical. And maybe that's why the Empress shows up as well, is the Empress is about indulgence and self-love. It's a pouring love on yourself, and maybe even overindulging yourself. Maybe you are guided to do that. But I feel like your overindulgence is also in overindulging. Why not look at yourself with rose-colored glasses for the month ahead, Cancer, so that you can honor who you are and the beauty of who you are, this beautiful feminine energy. And with the High Priestess here, you know, the High Priestess, oh, okay, I feel like what it's saying, it's about trusting. There's some way maybe you are being highly self-critical, and maybe this very thing that you are not seeing as a positive is in fact something very powerful within you and something beautiful within you, or even can be converted into that, right? That there's no darkness without light, there's no light without darkness. You know, they interplay, the one helps see the other kind of thing. And isn't that what the Cancer, your Chariot is about light and dark, sun and night and day, you know? Neither is negative. They're just different aspects of yourself. And gosh, that's what's coming, you know, Cancer, this month is very important to you, I feel. It is your season, but it's also about you seeing the darkness, or what you perceive as darkness, as part of who you are. You know, I was walking today, I went to the gym, and I was walking, waiting for my lift. And I was thinking about how hard we are on ourselves, or maybe I am like that, are constantly judging ourselves. But maybe you are too, Cancer. And maybe you're needing to suspend that a bit and be less hard on yourself. And this walking away is walking away from this idea. There's this Emperor energy showing up. You know, there's something, this is so interesting because Cappy got this whole play of the masculine and feminine in so many ways, right? And here you have it as well. So the Emperor, it's walking away from these negative ideas about the divine masculine. That's very interesting. And I'm going to leave it there. You can see it as within or outside of yourself. You are needing to look at your perceptions of the divine masculine. And while you are embracing the divine feminine, Cancer, I'm going to leave it to you to reinterpret this, but there's something about the divine masculine and divine feminine playing out for you in the month ahead. Just keep an eye on that. I think it's really powerful. And along with your own judgments of yourself, perhaps you are harsh on one aspect of yourself. You see it as negative. I think there's something really powerful here, very powerful. And you know, I've just done an interview with my friend Martha, and she makes me think of the Chariot, right? Because her book is about why Blackie is no different from Whitey. But she confronts notions of, she's confronting racism, and it's a children's book, but it was, it stemmed from the Fees Must Fall debacle or event, and she raises issues of, she's confronting issues of race and perception of good and bad. So there's that whole interplay. So interpret it however you, doesn't have to be out, race might not be the issue for you, but there's some trigger there about darkness and light and how we perceive them. And I think that for some of you, it's even how you perceive your own darkness. And look, the moon card shows up on top of the King of Cups. And the moon is also one of the cards associated with Cancer. And the moon comes up at dark times. You know, and I'm reminded now about your card, the subconscious. Oh, I feel like there's something very powerful in the darkness for you. Like embracing the darkness. Whether it's a dark time, or something you associate with the dark time, or maybe it's nighttime. Maybe that's your time to be still, carving out a bit of time at night for stillness for you, Cancer. It's like metaphorical and practical. And then with the Hanged Man, you get the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, which is this. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, I'm just so blown away by this, right? I see judgment for the first time ever in this card, in the Page of Wands. You may be being judgmental of yourself. You get it with the Hanged Man, which is about a different perspective. And you get again, this is a version of the Page of Wands, the Daughter of Wands. It's the Page of Wands in the upright. This reading is so much about some aspect of yourself that you judge, which might actually be your beauty. Or even if not that, there's a lesson within that for you to see and own and embrace. Somewhere, somehow, someone or something has judged that, and you've taken on that judgment. And I feel this is a time for releasing that, Cancer. I think that the moon time is important for you this month in particular. Because, right, we've just come out of a full moon in Capi. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to move into the new moon in the sign of the beautiful Cancer. So I think, you know, the full moons are said to be a time of release. So I feel like you are being guided to release some deeply held idea of your badness or your not rightness in some area of your life. So that you can usher in the new moon. Yeah. Okay, Cancer, I hope, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this has helped you. I think it's very, very beautiful. I think it's very powerful, and which is so often the case for Cancer. And and I hope you will make your own meaning out of it, and you'll see it in your life. Sending you lots of love, Cancer, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.